The biggest development platform for video games has just made a historic move to help game developers onboard into Web3, which is going to make games more real for players by giving us real ownership inside of video games. So this is a really exciting video that we're about to hop into. If it sounds good to you, remember to drop a big thumbs up. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jake. This is On-Chain Gaming. I've been covering the crypto gaming space for over 2 years. I have also made a lot of money investing in crypto and stocks. So if you would like to follow along on my journey as we cover this emergence of real player ownership in virtual worlds, then make sure you're hitting subscribe as well. It was just reported that in a historic move for GameFi, Unity has added 13 Web3 development tools. The addition is expected to encourage a significant influx of mainstream developers to GameFi, which stands for game finance, cutting down the time it takes to implement blockchain tech into games. So this is a really big piece of news that we have to break down. We're going to look at exactly what they've onboarded and exactly what developers use Unity, why this is just so big for the entire ecosystem, how dominant Unity is, and a lot more great information like that should make anyone who's excited about this space, investing in this space, or just playing games in this space excited. But before we get deeper, a message from our sponsor, Gala Games. Gala Games is a proud sponsor of On-Chain Gaming. We love what they're doing for player ownership. They are a Steam competitor, building a decentralized gaming ecosystem powered by gamers who are running nodes. And I don't know, I just think that what they're doing, the development talent they have, the executive talent they have with very successful companies behind them like Zanga, I just think that Gala is a predominant player in the space. Also, a lot of their games I'm just super excited about, like Mirandus and Forever Winter and Last Expedition. I mean, I could just continue naming games I'm excited about launching on the Gala ecosystem. They just have a ton of flagship AA and AAA games focused on fun, number one, sustainable economies, number two. And yes, I'm just so excited that they are a sponsor of On-Chain Gaming. Create your account for Gala using our link in the description if you haven't already. Now, back to this historic news about what Unity is doing to help move player ownership forward. It starts off here. Despite the conflicting attitudes from the video game industry towards blockchain-based games that use play and earn crypto mechanics. Play and earn is kind of a canceled term now because of Axie Infinity's collapse, I feel like. Play to earn, I guess, is even more canceled than play and earn. But mechanics and NFTs, Unity Technologies is driving further into Web3. So essentially this first paragraph is just saying, despite the backlash, people not really happy about what happened in, I think, crypto in general, but especially what happened in crypto gaming, Unity is saying, you know what? Fundamentally, this is still the future. Just because people use a powerful tool wrong does not mean we should not support that tool, or that tool is not potentially useful. I kind of feel like this is what's happened in the crypto gaming space. We have had all of a sudden this brand new tool created. Imagine all of a sudden there's a magic wand that appears in the world. And it just unfortunately happens that the first person who had access to this magic wand decided to use it recklessly for their own profit in a way that hurt people that were impacted by it. And because of that, the general population now looks at this magic wand and says, that's bad, we don't want that in our games, take it away, the magic wand is evil, just because it was used poorly. Not thinking about the fact that this is just a tool that can be used for good or bad. And if someone with good intentions had the magic wand, they could build a wonderful paradise, or they could build a far better place to live. And the magical wand has power, and that power is amoral. And I think the blockchain is the same way. So you can create a game world to now take this example and apply it exactly to Web3 gaming. You can create a game world, connect it to the blockchain so that now every part of that game world is ownable. And then you can let players enter that world for free, earn those NFTs for free, and then all of a sudden you've essentially given away your game that you've created in a way, and now you're hoping that you're going to earn with a creator fee off of the volume of that world. I think that's a way that's awesome for players, super exciting, creates more value for playing video games, and causes a virtual world to become real. But then there's a bad way that you could do that as well. You could create that same game world, connect it all to the blockchain, and then you could say, you guys can't have any of it unless you pay me $1 million per NFT. And we've seen a lot more stuff on that side, unfortunately, even from the biggest players in the space. I think, though, as these games actually release and as these studios feel more comfortable with their revenue that comes from the volume of transactions inside their game, they're going to feel less and less of a need to sell NFTs directly to players, and they're going to start allowing those NFTs to be found and earned by players in the game world. And play to own is the future of virtual gaming. And I think when you think about it fundamentally, it's right for Unity to not listen to the hate. Think about this on a fundamental level and say, oh no, wait, this is the future. This is better for players. I mean, it's better that I can lend my Fortnite skin to a buddy who just played because I have so many, let him look cool while we're partnering up, instead of not being able to do that because I want to actually own my Fortnite skin. Why wouldn't I? It's better for us. It's better for players. Let me quickly tell you about a sponsor of our video, Aura. Aura helps on-chain gaming create this content, so if you guys want to use Aura to support them, it supports us, which is really awesome, and I think Aura offers a ton of value, especially to all of us that are in the crypto gaming space, because it is the smart and simple way to stay safe online. It's actually, I think, the best all-in-one package that offers digital safety for the whole family. It protects you from identity theft, fraud, and online threats. It actually is an antivirus software. It's a VPN, which is really great for those of us in crypto because with the regulatory uncertainty, a lot of crypto gaming DeFi applications don't allow you to interact with it if you're in the US. So Aura's VPN will help you access that website from anywhere around the world and allows you to actually participate in the future. Aura has given us a super cool offer for viewers of On-Chain Gaming. If you use our link in the description, which is aura.com/onchain, they will give you a 14-day free trial, completely cancelable at any time, to test out their awesome services. So once again, get your 14-day free trial using the link in the description, aura.com/onchain, and support On-Chain Gaming while protecting yourself. Now, let's get back to the video. But now let's keep on looking at this article. The renowned and respected player in the gaming industry has added a new category dubbed decentralization to its online marketplace and has incorporated 13 blockchain solutions to aid Web3 developers. Oh, also guys, I should disclose, after hearing this news, I had already been looking into Unity, but after this news came out, I really started digging into them deeper. I listened to a bunch of interviews from the CEO. I listened to some earnings calls. I looked through their balance sheet. I looked through like their earnings and what's been happening behind the scenes. And I actually now own, I think, $15,000 of Unity. So I am now a shareholder in this company. I feel like I should probably disclose that, but now let's keep on going. I walk the talk, guys. I am doing this. I'm not just talking about it. SDKs and APIs can now be downloaded from leading blockchain solutions providers listed on Unity's asset store, including MetaMask, Algorand, and Immutable X, among others. So that's super, super cool. The move is expected to encourage a significant influx. So I wonder where this expectation comes from, like where the journalist is drawing this expectation, is expected to encourage a significant influx of mainstream game developers into the Web3 space. Oh, this is according to Simon Kurtengoro, CEO of My Metaverse. I'm not that familiar with My Metaverse, but yeah, I mean, obviously making it easier for game developers to build on Web3 is going to create more influx of games created for Web3 that give players real ownership. This is just super awesome. Everyone in gaming respects Unity, he said. They're the people's champion. And I promised you guys I was going to give you some more information on Unity. 90%, this is crazy, 90% of the top 1,000 mobile games are made using Unity. Unity's biggest competitor as far as game engines go is Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine has a great 3D game creation model, so does Unity, but where Unity has almost no competitors at all is in 2D game creation, where Unreal doesn't even support really 2D game creation. They like have one, but it seems like either they've stopped supporting or they're going to stop supporting it. So like, yeah, Unity's like the only player in 2D game creation, which is super big for mobile. And I think that blockchain games, they are going to be able to fit in every single genre that currently exists. And there's probably going to be new genres that are created because of real ownership as well, as people find different aspects of gaming now more or less fun. A spokesperson for Altura, one of the 13 providers listed, agreed, claiming Unity's decision will make decentralized gaming much more accessible to its massive audience of players and developers. Decentralization in video game development generally refers to ownership models of in-game assets, allowing players to create, earn, or obtain resources that can be traded or sold elsewhere. This is implemented through game mechanics enabling the decentralization of ownership. Smart contracts, virtual wallets, NFTs, all these terms, I feel like we kind of just need to dump them. It's time to just stop using a lot of these terms and just say, you really own your virtual stuff and you can sell it. And it's like that simple. It's like smart contracts. It's a technical term that describes more technically how something works, but it doesn't describe what something does. Like for the end consumer, it just doesn't matter. Virtual wallets, I mean, this matters a little bit. People know what a wallet is. So I guess that one will probably stick around. NFTs doesn't matter. It's just something that exists. It's a thing. NFTs is just ownership. And then crypto, it's a currency that is interchangeable with other currencies. I think we can just dump most of the Web3 terms. I'm going to start trying to do that a lot more on this channel, just dumping them out of my vocabulary entirely so that I'm not reading sentences like this that just make everyone want to exit the video and like feel overwhelmed who doesn't know that much about the blockchain space, when in reality, you don't really need to know what these words are to love and look forward to crypto games and know that they're the future. Or I guess there I said crypto again, real money games. I don't know, games that are meshed with reality. Some of the technologies being leveraged to facilitate decentralization, and yeah, these are the technologies, sure. Okay, big deal or big whoop. While blockchain-based games like Alien Worlds and Axie Infinity, okay, I would first say Alien Worlds is not really a game. It's a CAPTCHA confirmation timer simulator. Axie Infinity is a game, but it wasn't sustainable. Have become more commonplace. The gaming industry is divided. See, this is the problem. This is what the mainstream media thinks are crypto games. Axie and Alien Worlds. I mean, that's why people hate them. Come on. Like, there can be zero reduction in fun. There should actually be an increase in fun by turning up the realism level. Alien Worlds and Axie Infinity are not a good representation of crypto gaming. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Sorry, not sorry. Not all are sold on the idea. Many major game publishers have blockchain development teams, but are struggling to square the tech with their traditional business approach. Some, like Ubisoft and Epic Games, allow players to buy and sell in-game items using NFTs. Others, like Steam, have banned games that allow NFTs and crypto traders altogether due to concerns over volatility and bad actors. I mean, yeah, this is an accurate depiction of the space as it currently exists. But Steam's business model presents problems for game developers that Web3 tech may be able to solve. Despite industry skeptics, the 13 solutions listed are touted as having been thoroughly reviewed and vetted to meet Unity's verified solution requirements according to its decentralized webpage. Publicly listed Unity games garnered funding from the studios. Yeah. Okay, so they're just talking like these guys invested in them. That makes them reputable. We've obviously learned just because big investors invest in something doesn't mean it can't collapse. I don't really think the fallacy of authority without logical backing is really something that we should care that much about. But obviously, like Sequoia Capital wouldn't exist if they hadn't made more successful investments than bad investments, right? But their whole business model is let's invest in 10 companies, 9 of which are going to go bankrupt, 1 of which is going to 20x. And because of that, we make a lot of money. Like that's their whole business model doesn't rely on being right more than wrong. So you should keep that in mind. It just relies on the right ones being massive, massive hits. So let's see here. It's one of the biggest players in gaming. I'm just gonna jump down here a little bit. Founded in 2004, this is just information about Unity. It's one of the biggest players in gaming. For them to show such clear and strong solidarity with the Web3 movement is truly an inspiring moment and a historic move for GameFi. So I would agree with this. I think that's the takeaway here. This is really, really big. The #1 game studio in the world just said, we want to support developers to build what they want if they want to give players real ownership. And that is epic. Super, super, super awesome. And I think that as long as Unity supports this, there's now less barriers for game developers to build these games, which means there's going to be less barriers for players to play these games, which is really exciting. So if you guys enjoyed this video and my take, remember to drop a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, remember to subscribe. Thank you once again to our sponsor, Gala Games. And if you would like to learn more about the exciting things happening in the Web3 gaming space, then make sure not to miss this video here, which is going to explain some of the other awesome moves that have been happening that are convincing me that this is the future of the industry. So keep learning, and until next time, have fun roaming the metaverse.